honestly, no, we don't talk a lot about that stuff. I've always kind of been in the mindset in rivalry games that you're better off not talking about stuff like that because, we could have 5 losses and then be undefeated or vice versa, and it's going to be a good game. That's, what rivalry games are about. So, we don't. We really focus on the stuff that we can control, and we really talk about, how we want to play, how our effort's going to be, how our execution's going to be, because I think when you start, looking at stuff like that, then you get a potential to try to deviate maybe from your game plan or what you've done to get to that point, and I just think that's counterproductive. Absolutely, yeah. Statistically speaking, the things that really stick out to me, they're allowing like 2.3 yards a carry, and that's a phenomenal statistic. They've only given up 14 points in the first quarter all year in every game they played. That's huge. I think they're 7 for 23 or 6 for 23 on red zone touchdown tries. They're not giving up touchdowns in the red zone. They're pressuring the quarterback. The thing that makes them challenging is they're literally the only team in the MIAA right now that runs a true 30 defense consistently. And I think anytime it's kind of like those guys down at Southern when you're that unique with the triple option and the 3-3 stack, I think you get naturally get some benefits from it because nobody else is doing it. So, yeah, they're playing a lot of man coverage. They lined up and they're not going to be scared of us. They're going to do what they do, and they're very dynamic. Yeah, your protections change a little bit. How you block things changes a little bit, and that's why honestly Tuesday, Wednesday, and it's something I really talk to the kids about Sunday, and we'll challenge them right when we get on the practice field today. We need to have 3 really good practices, especially offensively, as far as our comfort level needs to be good. Coach's comfort level, kids' comfort level that, if we run the ball, we're going to be able to block whatever front they're in. When we throw the football, we're going to at least know who we're supposed to be blocking. And so, yeah, the next 3 days are real critical for us. So, yeah, I mean, you have to naturally change what you do a little bit with what they're doing. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I honestly don't look into stuff like that because to me, when you play a really good football team, and they are, and you're playing a rivalry game, I mean that. I mean, I don't. The teams could be maybe on paper look one way or another, and both teams are going to show up and play really well. They're going to play at the highest level that they can. As far as worrying about like trick plays and things of that nature, we always try to be sound against that stuff anyway. I guess as best as you can. There's only so much you can do on that stuff. If somebody comes out and runs a double reverse pass and you haven't seen it all year from them and don't even suspect it, well, I mean, you're either going to defend it or you're not. And so, those are variables that make the game of football, I think, exciting, but it's kind of hard to predict stuff like that. Dynamic. I think he's got the number one thing I think about him, and I don't mean this in a negative way at all, they're so big on the offensive line, and he's not as tall as those kids. I mean, he's hard to see. He really is. He fits in behind their kids really well. And so it's like he just pops it, and the next thing you know, you're sitting there looking, and he's already to level 2, and nobody's even seen him squirt through. And so I think that's one. I think he's got very dynamic vision. And, again, I don't think those are things you can coach. I think a kid either has that or he doesn't. And I think he definitely has it. And then he has that what I call natural, kind of gear change to be a good inside-outside zone guy, and he is. He knows when to slow, and then just hit it. He'll set up his blocks really well. So, I think he's really coming into his own right now as a player in this league. He's a good player, especially.